Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature 30 Minutes. I am Obomanu Marvelous. In the headlines, the House of Representatives wants Nigerian Army to improve on personnel welfare. All Progressives Congress inaugurates 8-member committee to review its constitution ahead of Anambra 2023 poll. A non-partisan organization launches campaign to fund women for 2023 elections. And now, the details. The House of Representatives has urged the Nigerian Army to improve the welfare of its personnel to avoid mass resignation. The House passed the resolution while adopting a report by its Committee on Nigerian Army on the resignation of 356 soldiers last year. The lawmakers who told the Army authorities to improve on the welfare of its personnel, especially those in battlefields or other combat operations, said they should effectively monitor or follow up on the delivery process. The former Chief of Army Staff, Tukur Buratai, approved the voluntary resignation of the 356 soldiers in 2020. The soldiers who cited loss of interest in the job are mostly those engaged in the decade-long war against Boko Haram in the northeast, while others are from various other formations across the country. Apart from the 356 who left for losing interest in the army, 24 others also resigned because they want to take traditional title, making a total of 380 soldiers. A year after the exit of the 356 soldiers, another 127 who are mostly in the battlefield indicated interest to exit the Nigerian Army. The new commander, Sector 2 Operation Lafia Dole, Brigadier General Adamu Nura, has charged troops of the sector to maintain war mood in line with the vision of the Chief of Army Staff, which is to have a Nigerian army that is repositioned to professionally defeat all adversaries in a joint environment. Brigadier General Adamu Nura made the statement on Wednesday during the handing and taking over ceremony at the sector headquarters in Damaturu, the Yobe State capital. According to a statement issued by Lieutenant Kennedy Anyanwu, Assistant Director, Army Public Relations of the sector, the new commander in his address told the troops that the threats confronting the sector were constantly changing, structured and could be felt in the land, air and cyber domain. He also stressed the need for the sector to be repositioned to contribute land component, competencies to confront all national and international threats. General Nura reiterated his readiness to key into the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Ibrahim Atahiri's command philosophy, which is to provide effective strategic and operational leadership to all Nigerian Army formations, departments, institutions, and establishments, as well as other specialized units, both single services, joint and interagency operating environments. He observed that these are in order to innovatively overcome all national security challenges as ordered by President Muhammadu Buhari and in line with the Nigerian Constitution. In his farewell address, the outgone commander of the sector, Major General Olufemi Oluyede, thanked all officers and soldiers for supporting his tenure that led to the achievements recorded while he was in office. He charged officers of the sector to extend that same hand of comradeship and support to the new commander. Major General Olufemi Oluyede has been posted to the Nigerian Army Resource Center as a senior research fellow. The Governor of Enugu State, Chief Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and the Inspector General of Police, Adamu Mohammed, have called on Southeast residents to embrace the community policing system as it would provide lasting solution to the security challenges in the zone. Speaking at a mass sensitization of the members of the public in the Southeast on community policing in Enugu on Tuesday, Governor Ugwuanyi insisted that any policing that is not localized cannot produce the desired results. Ugwuanyi, who was represented by the State Commissioner for Local Government, Chief Peter Okonkwo, said that the state maintained its status as one of the most peaceful states in the country because it was able to effectively localize security. On his part, the Inspector General of Police, Adamu Mohammed, said that since criminals have their roots in communities, it was only imperative for security architecture to be set up in a way that maximizes local resources to police various communities in ways that suit their peculiar security. He called on all the governors of Southeast and other stakeholders in the zone to fully participate and support the police in achieving the success of the model. The facilitator of the workshop, Chief Issa Aremu, commended the governor of Enugu State for the peace witnessed in the state due to the government's acceptance of the community policing. Governors Seyi Makinde of Oyo State and Abdurrahman Abdurrazak of Kwara State, traditional rulers in the border towns between the two neighboring states and heads of security agencies in the two states, has held a crucial meeting in Ibadan on Tuesday towards solving emerging security threats. The meeting was held at the executive chambers of the Oyo State Governor's Office. Briefing journalists at the end of the meeting, Governor Makinde admonished governors of the 36 states and other leaders in Nigeria to speak with one voice towards ending insecurity. Apart from the two governors, the meeting was also attended by secretaries to the government of the two states, Olubamiwo Adeosun of Oyo State and Professor Maman Jibril of Kwara State. Also in attendance were the General Officer commanding 2 divisions of the Nigerian Army, Ibadan, Major General Bamidele Omozoje, Garrison Commander 2 Division of the Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Adesoju Ogunshoba, and Commander Nigerian Air Force Ibadan, Group Captain Mohammed Suleiman. The chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has urged the National Assembly to insist in its plan to convert polling points into polling units to overcome the difficulties in voters' access to polling units. He made the call yesterday at a meeting of the Joint Committee of National Assembly on INEC and electoral matters on the move to convert polling points into polling units. Yakubu said the Commission has in the last electoral cycles made use of voting points and voting point settlements as interim solutions for the decline in voters' access to polling units, which were accepted by voters. He added that converting them to fully fledged polling units is a cost-effective and timely way of addressing the problem. According to the INEC boss, the issue has become so critical that it must be addressed urgently if the credibility of the country's electoral system is not to be profoundly damaged. Yakubu reiterated the fact that voters' access to polling units is at the heart of the voting rights of Nigerians and therefore democracy. He explained that voters' access to polling units goes beyond establishment of the units to entail their being located in the accessible places and ensuring that the environment of each polling unit guarantees observation of the Commission's guidelines. Yakubu further stated that in most advanced democracies, expanding voters' access to polling units is essentially the administrative responsibility of agencies charged with the function by law. The All Progressives Congress has commenced the process of reviewing its constitution ahead of 2023 general elections. The National Secretary APC Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, John Akpanudo Edehe, said this while inaugurating the party's 8-man Constitutional Review Committee on Tuesday in Abuja. He said that in rebuilding a party, there must be reforms that reflect the current trends and aspirations of the owners of the party, maintaining that law itself was not a finished product, but a work in progress. Akpanudo Edehe said the capacities of members of the committee were not in doubt. According to him, the party expects the committee to work as a team to harness its abilities for the overall benefit of the APC and its members. The chairperson of the committee, Professor Tahir Maman, thanked the party's leadership for the confidence reposed in them. He assured that the committee would work within the time frame and approach its tasks with all seriousness. Other members of the committee include Dakas, Akinremi Olaide, Ego Ezuma, Mohammed Kumaila, Shuaibu Arwa, and Ekokoi Solomon. In resolving lingering issues over zoning and other contentious issues within the People's Democratic Party (PDP), there was a meeting of the governorship aspirants in the November 6 election in Anambra State with leaders of the party in the Southeast Zone in Enugu on Tuesday. The meeting was called to address some challenges confronting the party as the November 6, 2021 election draws near. The closed-door meeting called by the leader of the party in the Southeast and Enugu State Governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, was attended by the vice presidential candidate of the party in the 2019 general elections, Peter Obi, former governor of Imo State, Emeka Ihedioha, zonal chairman of the party, Ali Odefa, among others. The issues confronting PDP in the Southeast are the lingering court cases instituted against the state leadership of the party by some aggrieved members. Although the zonal leadership was said to have appealed to the concerned members to withdraw their suits and use internal resolution mechanisms, the matters still remain in the courts. The Enugu State Governor said that the other challenge that must be addressed before the primary of the party in June 2021 is whether the party will allow the zoning arrangement to continue or would allow all the aspirants participate in the exercise. The party will also review strategies that could be adapted to enable it win the election and reduce tensions arising from the array of interest being shown by the members on the governorship election. A non-partisan gender organization set up to foster the participation of women in politics has launched a bold $10 million campaign known as ElectHer to help women into elective legislative offices come 2023. Speaking at the launch in Lagos on Monday, Ibijoke Faborode, the co-founder of ElectHer, said the campaign, tagged Agenda 35, is a deliberate effort to significantly de-risk the process of women running for elective offices and to increase women's political representation in Nigeria by 2023. She said that the campaign will provide direct funding to 35 women, 15 for the House of Representatives, 15 for House of Assemblies, 3 for senatorial offices, and 2 for executive offices. Faborode said ElectHer has already secured $2 million out of the $10 million Agenda 35 campaign, which we use to empower 1,000 women and directly back 35 women to run for political office in 2023. The co-founder of the campaign added that the $2 million was donated by Platform Capital Group, a private sector ally, declaring that Agenda 35 is a movement that requires the collective effort of all critical stakeholders, citizens, the media, political parties, the private sector, and also the government. She called on organizations and individuals to support the initiative and its goal of empowering 1,000 women and directly funding 35 women to run for political offices. Also speaking at the launch, Akintoyo Akindele, the executive director of Platform Capital Group, said women should be empowered to run for political offices, as there are about 50% women in the population, and the number will keep increasing. Akindele said women should be given equal opportunity and a fair ride in politics, as it is material to have progressive policies and laws in Nigeria. In pursuit of the nation's economic diversification agenda, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has charged Nigerians to embrace agriculture as the gains of Anchor Borrowers Program will ensure Nigeria attains food security in the shortest possible time. Emefiele gave the charge in Zauro, Kebbi State on Tuesday during the flag-off of the 2020 wet season harvest aggregation and 2020 dry season input distribution under the CBN Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria Anchor Borrowers Program. He noted that Nigeria has naturally blessed to meet its food requirements and had no reason to continually repeat mistakes of the past of neglecting agriculture. He said that the COVID-19 and the associated lockdowns globally have shown that nations only export out of their reserves. The flag-off, which comes barely 3 months after the CBN showcased sky-high pyramids in Minna, Niger State, to highlight its intervention in the maize value chain, also featured the display of pyramids, which were rice harvests brought in by farmers in the state. He disclosed that the bank, under 2020 wet season CBN Refund Partnership, financed 221,450 farmers for the cultivation of 221,450 hectares in 32 states. And now for the stock market report. Equity capitalization dipped further by 91.85 billion naira on Wednesday after a 122.4 billion naira loss on Tuesday. On Tuesday, the equity capitalization fell to 20.75 trillion naira from 20.89 and 22.4 billion naira loss. Also on Wednesday, the equity capitalization dipped further to 20.67 trillion naira from 20.75 trillion naira traded on Wednesday. The fall in equity capitalization drove the all-share index to close at 39,520.06 points, a downward slope from 39,697.62 points. This was a 0.44% fall. Investors transacted 244.3 million shares on Wednesday, valued at 4.1 billion naira. The bears dominated the floor as there were 30 losers and only 16 gainers. Among the 16 gainers, Seplat Petroleum Development Company gained 10% on its share price to top other gainers. Its share price rose from 530 naira to 583 naira. Other gainers were ICO Insurance, Cornerstone Insurance, and UAC Property Developments. On the other hand, Japan Gold was the top loser. Its share price fell by 10%, a fall from 60 kobo to 55 kobo. Zenith Bank, United Capital PLC, and Guaranty Trust Bank were the investors' delight, with each trading over 23 million shares in over 300 deals. Zenith Bank Equity was the top turnover equity, trading over 1 billion naira worth of shares. Guaranty Trust Bank stood behind Zenith Bank, trading 919.8 million worth of shares. And now moving over to the foreign sale. The United States President Joe Biden on Tuesday abandoned his plan for Neera Tanden to be the White House budget director after pushback from key senators, marking the first cabinet defeat for the United States president. The nomination collapsed when centrists on both sides of the political corridor made clear they were not going to vote for her because of her previous tweets in which she criticized lawmakers, including some who would have been charged with voting her on confirmation. The announcement came amid growing recognition that Tanden, who currently heads a progressive think tank, did not have enough support after one Democrat and multiple moderate Republicans in the evenly divided Senate said they would not vote for her. Several other Biden picks have made it into their post with bipartisan support, including Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, and Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin. Two more nominees were confirmed Tuesday. Council of Economic Advisors Cecilia Rouse, the first black person to be served in the position, and Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo. The Tanden defeat highlights the extraordinary power that now rests in the hands of a single moderate Democrat, Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, who announced last week that he would oppose her. With the chamber deadlocked at 50-50, Biden needs the entire Democratic caucus to hang together nominations and critical pieces of legislation if they do not earn Republican support. On sports, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has played down speculation linking him with the job at Barcelona, saying he is fully committed to Arsenal. Mikel Arteta said his focus is on managing the club and is extremely happy at the Emirates. The Spanish club will hold its presidential elections on Sunday, and candidate Joan Laporta, who is the favorite to be elected for a second spell at the new camp, has reportedly identified Arteta as a potential replacement for current Barcelona boss Ronald Koeman. And now moving over to the entertainment, popular movie star Juliet Ibrahim has been lovingly celebrated by friends, fans, and other well-wishers on the occasion of her 35th birthday. The ceremony, the Ghanaian actress and talented screen diva, who has featured in a number of Nollywood productions, attained the new age on Wednesday, March 3rd. In the mood of celebration, the actress shared beautiful pictures on her Instagram page, which were specially taken to commemorate the occasion. The movie star, in one of the captions that accompanied her post, explained that she celebrates every experience she has gone through in life. Fans and colleagues in the movie industry also joined her in celebrating her new attained age. Before we end the news, another look at our major stories. The House of Representatives has urged the Nigerian Army to improve the welfare of its personnel to avoid mass resignation. The All Progressives Congress has commenced the process of reviewing its constitution ahead of 2023 general elections. A non-partisan gender organization set up to foster the participation of women in politics has launched a $10 million fund campaign to help women into elective legislative offices come 2023. Please do well to stay safe, maintain physical and social distance, and wear your nose masks while going about your daily activities. And that's the signature 30 minutes. On behalf of my producer, Anita Eze, I am Obomanu Marvelous. Thanks for watching.